Hey guys, so it's been like, well, I don't know, like 6, 7, actually, no, I think maybe about like 8 or 9 months since I like last like recorded a vlog for like talking about my film school experience. So since then, quite a lot has happened. I'm gonna try to go off the top of my head and remember and talk about things. But so the last video I put, I think it was before the new year. I'm not really sure. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna make my channel better and better videos. Look at that. That blew up in my face. It didn't happen. I haven't recorded since then. But anyway, now things are gonna get better. It's just a lot of shit happened. You know what I'm saying? But so we last left off on my first trimester. So now it's my second trimester of my first year. When am I pregnant? Talking about trimesters. So anyway, my second trimester of grad school / film school. It consisted of 4 classes. I had my editing class. I had a writing 2 class. I had a. I mean, I don't think it was really called writing 2. It's pretty much writing 2. I think it has some other fancier name. Writing 2, editing. I had some other like class that, in my opinion, was a fucking waste of time. But whatever. It was. I don't even remember what it was called. But we'll just pull out different pieces of equipment every now and then, and like half of us would use them, not even all of us used them in the class. All right. That class was basically the definition of easy fucking A. You know what I mean? Where like 2 or 3 people do everything and everyone else somehow gets an A. But yeah. So that was that class. I really felt like it was. I'll be honest. Like that class was boring. I felt like it was a waste of time. I'm not trying to speak for everybody else, but I'm pretty sure almost everyone else in that class thought it was a waste of time. I do see where the value in that class was, because you get to use equipment, pull out equipment, get familiarized with it, learn different ways how to use it, or talk about it, whatever. But yeah, that class could have probably been like I don't know, some elective for like a senior graduating with their bachelor's. But anyway, what other class that? Oh, there was another like discussion style class where like you'll go in with a professor or watch a movie and then would like discuss the shit out of it. Did I say disgust? Or whatever. I meant discuss. Whatever. So that was pretty much, if anybody watched one of my previous videos, one of my previous vlogs about my experience so far, it was pretty much like a part 2 to a class I had in my first trimester, where we'll go in, we'll watch a movie, we'll dissect the shit out of the movie and talk about all kinds of things. So that was that class. So the actual like good, awesome ones were, I would say, the writing 2 class and the editing class. Now for me, I'll be honest right now, editing is awesome. It's cool. I freaking hate editing. It's literally, it's just like not my thing. Like, I'm not saying I won't do it. Obviously, I'm gonna do it if I have to. But yeah, like editing is just not my thing. Maybe if I do it more, I think like if I had like my own setup at home, like a whole like editing setup, then I'd probably be like, oh, I love this shit. But since I was trying to working 2 jobs and then going between classes, doing assignments for other classes, I couldn't really sit down and truly edit stuff like that, like our first film that we shot and everything, because I was just so much back and forth. And then I had to use a school computer because my personal laptop is like, it's still good, but it just can't handle these editing programs and all the shit that you gotta do with it. Like, it's like, I don't know, like a 5 or 6 year old laptop. It's running down. It's gonna be shit soon. But anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of what really turned me off of the editing classes. I just didn't truly have like my own personal resources to really like, I guess, like fall in love with like the craft. But it's still cool. The professor was he's freaking crazy knowledgeable. He knows like everything about editing. It's fucking crazy, like all the programs and shit. Like, like shout out to him. But then there's also, so that was that. Then there was also my writing 2 class. I'm pretty sure there was like a little more of a fancier name for it, but it was pretty much just writing 2, and that professor, very knowledgeable. He's done some shit in the industry throughout, last 20, 30 years or whatever. I don't know how long he's been in, but for a very long time. And yeah, man, like he knew his stuff. Like he really like taught us things. He gave us like, he made like his own little like, what's it called, like his own little like like little iceberg graphics and all these other things that like professors and teachers would do to like give you like a visual aid of things. And I, that stuff really helped, and he was just really good at breaking things down for us, and helping us understand things if we were like confused. Sometimes, and it's just my opinion, I could be wrong, but whatever. Only speaking for myself here. Sometimes I felt like, even though like he like has like so much experience and he has like years and years in the industry, whether it's TV or movies, like he has fucking years of experience on it. And I kind of felt like sometimes he just didn't understand simple concepts. And like it could be like a stupid simple concept, and I felt like he just like wouldn't get it. Like whenever we were trying to like explain an idea for one of our own things that we wanted to write and all that, and sometimes that did kind of frustrate me at times. I'm like, all right, whatever, this guy's like, he's more than proven what he's capable of in the industry. I'm not gonna say his name, I'm not gonna say what he worked on, whatever, because I don't really know if it's my place to say that right now, but he's a cool guy. He's a very knowledgeable professor, but sometimes I just feel like simple things like kind of like went over his head. But other than that, it was cool. Like for me, that class personally turned into like, all right, I'm just gonna write some shit, get my grade, and go on. Like, because after a while, it just turned into like whatever I was writing in there, I was gonna completely like I was basically doing two things. I was writing what I really wanted to write, and I was writing to please him so I could get a good grade. That's basically what I was doing. Then that class was over, and boom, I fucking deleted everything. I don't even have the shit that I really did for his class. I only have some stuff. I have like the concepts and ideas, but the stuff I did specifically for him, that shit's long gone. But that's just how I chose to go about it. But also during that second trimester, this whole COVID thing started like breaking its way into America and the rest of the world. So like my last month or month and a half. No, it was less than that. It was like my last like 3 weeks maybe of my second trimester of school. It was pretty much all online and shit, and so we were all getting adjusted to that, whether either using the Cisco WebEx or Zoom, which I think WebEx is better than Zoom. Zoom is too buggy in my opinion, but whatever. I say but whatever a lot. I gotta change that. Anyway, I think I say anyway a lot too. So that's pretty much that experience right there. Like I said, I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head, just for the sake of getting like this very long overdue update out to you guys before I start my second year. And I swear my second year of grad school / film school is gonna be like, I'm gonna vlog a lot more, whatever. And so then it takes us to our third trimester, and I would say this third trimester, the third trimester, which is the final trimester of my first year of of this film school program. Where's the camera? I'm like looking over here, but all right, yeah. So like I would say that is like that was definitely different. It was a full trimester. I think 2 of my classes were on Zoom. No. 2 of my classes were on WebEx. 1 of them was on Zoom. I only had 3 classes that trimester. So my first trimester was 4 classes, second was 4 classes, and my third was 3 classes. One of the classes, it was just like how I had one in the first trimester, one in the second trimester, where it's pretty much you just watch a movie and you discuss the fuck out of it and dissect it and all that stuff. So that class was really cool. Like that professor, man, let me tell you, he was passionate as shit. Like he loves what he does. He loves movies. Sorry if I'm shaking a lot. He loves movies. He just loves talking about them, loves breaking them down, and I really appreciated that because I just knew like he cared about like teaching us and helping us understand and all that stuff. So that class was cool. I forgot what that class was called, but it was pretty much like my third class in a row, or third trimester in a row, where I had a class where we just watch movies and just talk about them in like extreme detail. And there was actually some gems, man. There's some movies, man, that he like. Shoplifter is awesome. I never would have watched that movie before for that class. Fucking love that movie. There was another movie. What's the fucking movie? I think it's called Portrait of a Lady on Fire, or Portrait of a Lady Fire. I think it's Portrait of a Lady on Fire. I might be wrong. I love that movie. I got the Blu-ray of that shit. But and there was another movie too that was really awesome. Well, Parasite. We watched Parasite. Everyone knows Parasite. Everyone loves that shit, except for Trump. But so then that class was cool. Then the other two, what were the other two classes? Oh yeah, so I had my directing 2 class, which was quite interesting because it's like, we didn't have each other as classmates because of the whole COVID and social distancing and quarantining and stuff like that. So we didn't have each other physically to kind of go off of. Like if we need, hey, like I need somebody to run the camera, somebody to fuck with the lights over here, somebody to act. So that was definitely a what's it called? Something, I guess, an experience. I don't know, learning experience. Pretty much adapting and overcoming. And also the equipment. I believe some of my classmates had equipment. I think some people were designated to have certain pieces of equipment in case people got sick and somebody needed access to it. Somebody will have something to pass on, something. I don't know, whatever. But pretty much a lot of us, we use our cell phones. Team iPhone. Anyway, so we use our mobile devices, I should say. And we, pretty much got our projects done. It was the way it had to be, like it kind of sucked to not have access to each other, at least in my opinion. I don't know how everybody else felt, but it did suck to not have access to each other because then our projects would have probably been so much better and so much cooler and stuff, and probably not as difficult to do. But every single one of us got it done. So patting all our backs for that one because we were able to do it. And my directing professor, he was the same one I had for directing 1. So I also had him for directing 2, which is awesome. I think there's a directing 3 class sometime in my final year. I hope I have him again, but we'll see. So he brought it, man. Let me tell you, like, despite being on Zoom or WebEx or whatever, like he did it. He found a way to teach us effectively and efficiently. Through like video fucking conferencing or whatever. And it was awesome, man. Directed 2 was a good experience. I think my classmates, they did really good projects despite, being cut off from each other physically to like use each other as crew or actors or whatever. We all, like, some people did like some Zoom type little mini movies. Other people just, they had their siblings or whatever. And like, for me, pretty much, I just pretty much use myself. But actually, one of them I actually went, I said, kind of said fuck quarantine and social distancing. I kind of went to one of my buddies' houses and we recorded something together. But hey, listen, we need to get an A, right? So that was that. Directing 2 was quite the experience, with the whole pandemic shit going on. And then the other class, it was, I think it was a commercial and something in commercial production. It's basically producing part 2. But that class was fucking trash, dog. I'm gonna be honest, man. I know the professor, he has like a very good career. We heard about him. He told us some things that he's done, and he has a proven career. This guy, this guy doesn't got to prove anything to anybody. But I think the pandemic just, like, I don't know, it like broke him. And I think he had other issues going on too. Obviously it's not my place to talk about. But yeah, like, so between stuff he has going on, whatever, and then the pandemic, it kind of like really like completely threw him off his game. Whereas my directing professor and then the other professor that was like in the discussion class, they were able to handle this shit and we were able to have effective classes. This professor, man, like we learned, I don't think I learned anything about commercial and whatever production. I learned nothing about producing 2. Pretty much everything I know is still from producing 1 and whatever I read from books and articles and stuff like that. Because he just literally all he would talk about, literally, I swear to God, I'm not exaggerating, every single week he would just talk about like COVID and the pandemic and like things aren't the same and it's gonna change the industry and blah blah blah. I was like, yo, like, can we just please talk about something about producing too? Can you teach me how to produce something? I don't know, whatever. But I know, like, it frustrated like the whole class. After a while, I just started laughing about it. I'm like, whatever. I was just laughing at all our misery because it was kind of entertaining in a way. But yeah, man, it was just, what a waste of time and what a waste of fucking money, man. But hey, at least we all got our grades. I'm pretty sure we all passed. I doubt anybody failed. Come on. But even then, it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, that class was just like a waste of time. I could go into like a lot of detail about it, but I'm not. I mean, this video, I already had this phone staring at my face for like what, 14 minutes and 59 seconds, 15 minutes. So, that was that. But some better updates is that I got a lot of my own equipment. It's freaking awesome. Like, listen, after what, you gotta invest money, man. I have my reasons as to why I don't want to keep using the school's equipment, even though it's available, and I appreciate that it's available for us to use. I like having my own shit. I like having my own stuff. If I need something, I don't gotta be like, oh, does someone else have it signed up? Nope, I got my own. So I'm very happy about that. Like, I got my camera, I got my lenses, I got some sound equipment, I got some lights. I need to get a lot more lights, but I got some lights. I got like a lot of my own stuff where I'm capable. Where it brought me to be capable to be hireable for side gigs, which thankfully I met some people. Shout out to them, and they were able to give me some paid side gigs with them, and that's been nice. And I was able to use my own equipment, my own stuff. I'm telling you, having your own stuff makes you that much more valuable, because people know they don't gotta rent something to give it to you. They already know you got your own shit. If they get you, they get your shit too. You know what I mean? So it makes you more hireable to have your own stuff. In my opinion, for school, it makes it easier because I don't have to like use the school stuff. I can just use my own shit. But yeah, it's pretty much like a pretty choppy, sloppy update from my second trimester of school, from my first year all the way until now. I'm about to start my second and final year of grad school / film school. And yeah, it should be a good adventure. I'm about to cut this video off now, and now after this video, I'm definitely going to try to do like a lot better production value and better stuff. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm literally just talking about my experience, so it doesn't really have to be that special. But yeah, so that's the update, the very rushed update, catching you up from where I left off last time with my first trimester of my first year of school, all the way to now where I'm beginning my second and final year in about, let's see, what's today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, in about 3 days. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Sorry that this video was very long, but hey, at least I got it out of the way, right guys? See y'all next time.